Hi, welcome again to Elektro Vox. I'm currently with Rob, who is otherwise known as Vaein. So, for those who haven't heard your particular style of techno, please describe yourself.
Dirty electronic music, stuff your mother warned you about, I suppose.
Nice. And is it all just industrial techno, or because you self-describe yourself as sort of queer industrial techno? Is that right?
Yeah.
What's
So
the sort of definition? There?
I like to put a bit of a spin on it and tell my own story or share a shared experience through it. And do that through club bangers, I suppose. A lot of my music is inspired by, those moments you might catch someone's eye across a dance floor or something like that, and sort of take that moment and pull it apart and turn it into a 4-minute banger, I suppose. So
the most beautiful dopamine dropping sort of moments.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what your music.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, amazing, because one of my questions was going to be, what is sort of the driving force behind the music you make and why you do what you do? And
Yeah.
Sounds like
Well, yeah, it comes from all sorts of places, but yeah, for me, it's about, exploring that, queerdo experience to figure out, okay, what does that sound like? What's a story to tell? What do people want to hear? What do people want to dance to? And whether that's a down tempo kind of tune or something more upbeat, 128, 132, that for me is really, really motivating to try and tell those stories and to verbalize that experience.
Okay. And have you collaborated with any artists already? Or?
Bits and pieces. I tend to do stuff pretty solo at the moment. I've worked with other people in the past in previous projects and stuff, but bit of a one-man show at the moment. So, but if anybody is interested,
Well, if you had the chance to collaborate with anyone, who would it be?
Ooh. Living or dead.
Don't mind. Why
Any
not
or
both?
all of the guys from Depeche Mode would be pretty great, but aim high.
Yeah, they're all great people. And do you have any sort of unexpected hobbies outside of music?
My Sphinx cat keeps me pretty occupied.
Sphinx cat.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's sort of become a hobby of sorts. I've become a total cat dad. Yeah, that's it, really.
My partner's obsessed with all things Oriental and Sphinx, so...
Well, there you go. You
nice.
see, it's strange creatures, but he's lovely.
I mean, if you're a goth and you don't have a black cat or a Sphinx, are you
That's
even
it.
a goth?
Yeah. Give back your card if not.
Okay. And what artists do you listen to in your spare time?
Oh, I'm actually a huge Placebo fan, like ridiculous fanboy, and there's been a couple of very strange times in London where I was lost, and I was going to a pub to meet a friend from back in Sydney. She was in London, and I was on my phone, like looking up directions to go, and someone sort of taps me on the shoulder, turn around, and like, so do you need directions? Turn around, I'm like, yeah, I need oh my god, you're the bass player from Placebo, I love you. Like total fanboy, like ridiculous moment of me acting like a total dick. Very strange because I was a few drinks in by then as well. I'm like, oh, love you. Do you know where this pub is? And he's like, no, I don't know where that pub is. I'm like, really lovely to meet you. Love you.
What else do I say?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like when you have those moments, and they say never meet your idols, and that's probably why, because you end up making a dick of yourself in the process. And then there was a strange run-in with them in IKEA in London, of all places. But that's a different story, that one. So yeah, but I listen to them a lot. Gesaffelstein, obviously. Editors. It's kind of like anything really electronic and dark, or any band that sounds remotely like Joy Division. That's kind of the two things that I gravitate towards. So, I used to play guitar and everything years and years ago. Left all that behind, and now I'm just slutty electronic music, I suppose.
I love it.
So yeah.
I mean, slightly embarrassing, now you've touched on Placebo, like during the first lockdown, I think it was a bad time for everyone. But I knew it was a really bad time. At the end of that year, Spotify went, "You're in the top 1% of people listening to Placebo," and I was like,
Okay, so there's two
I
of
must
us.
have been depressed.
There's two of us. Excellent. Yeah. This is the top 1%. You know.
We are the top 1% depressed people.
Yeah. That's it.
Amazing.
You know?
Okay, and do you have any pre-performance ritual?
I actually don't drink before a show. That's not very rock and roll of me, but I'll have lots of water, probably a can of Red Bull. Yeah, that's it. Very kind of introverted and just sort of, do my thing. Feel like I've suddenly forgotten all my lyrics to all my songs, push through that, and away we go,
So just focus.
Yeah. Just have my moment, and then bring it all out on stage.
Okay. And did you have any difficulties in reaching Infest?
No, not at all.
No? Wonderful.
No.
Great.
No. There was no strike this weekend, which was
Well,
lovely. So
yes,
it was a bit like this for a little while, but here we are. So.
And being at Infest, do you have any, I mean, you've pretty much given one there already, but do you have any survival tips for other band members or just audience members in general?
Have something to eat.
Yes. Okay. And what's been your favourite venue to play at so far?
Well, this has been pretty epic. This is something else. The sound, the lighting, the crowd, the organisers, all of it's been amazing. I played in Japan a few years ago. That was mad in all of the ways that it was just incredible. And I played in Spain a couple of months ago, which was quite cool. No idea what I was expecting or what I was in for. Yeah, that was a solid night, that one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, Japan's always one of those amazing places to go to, isn't it?
Oh,
So
it's
to
just
play out there
crazy.
must
Yeah. Like, it was like nothing I'd experienced before, and everyone was just so great and were up for a good time, and yeah, really, really good.
Okay. And over the time you've been performing, have you ever had sort of a touching fan moment that stuck with you?
I really like, even when just after the show, like you see all your stories pop up and people are tagging you, and you're like, that's really cool, because everybody is, like they could be looking at whatever or taking photos of whatever and sharing their own shit on the internet. Don't know if I can swear on this, sorry.
You can swear as much as you like.
So when someone goes, oh cool, I want to share this with the people that I know online and everything like that, for me is quite cool. And sort of getting to know people through that way, because they could be from anywhere. They've got the choice to go and see and do whatever, however, whoever they want. So for people to go, oh, actually, I'm really interested in what this person's doing. That's amazing. Because it means that you're reaching people and resonating with them in some ways. So that for me is really, really quite rewarding. That with all the effort and everything that goes in, people are like, actually, this is really fucking cool. So that for me is, yeah. If you can reach, dare I say what Lady Gaga said, 100 people in a room and all you need is one. That's my Lady Gaga moment.
Okay, nice. So, when it comes to techno or industrial, or mix of the two, what is the best thing in the scene for you? And what would be one thing you'd like to change about it?
It's a bit of a double-edged sword, that, because there's the inclusivity and then there's the inclusivity. So I think that yes, it's a big welcoming crowd and we come from all sorts and stuff. And I think that, I think we've all been at those sort of clubs where it's like, oh, you're playing the golden oldies over and over again. Let's hear something new. Let's do something challenging. Let's, bring something else into a DJ set or a performance or something like that, rather than go, oh, play the, I'm not going to name names, obviously, but, you'll be at a bar somewhere at a nightclub and you're like, oh, I'm hearing this song again. Do you know what I mean? And maybe try and go, okay, well, what else is going on there? Like, because there's so many artists, and like, not just me, like there's so many people doing really, really cool things. Like, let's bring that into what the scene is. So, yeah.
Okay. And has your experience in music sort of brought you any sort of advice you'd be able to share with other artists?
Work your ass off and be thankful.
Simple but effective.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now for the new thing this year.
Yeah.
So we have the silly and sensible. Now you can either pick one of each, or you can pick two of one.
I'm gonna pick too silly. Like
Too
I just
silly.
have to go there.
Sure
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. All right. So do I read it? Do you?
I'll
read
read it out for
Okay.
you.
So this
So
is
one
and two.
Amazing. Okay. So which movie universe would you like to live in and why?
Movie universe.
Yes.
Like, are we talking Marvel or DC or
Anything.
movie universe? Does the Matrix count as a universe?
Yeah,
Surely, you
counts as a
know,
universe.
the simulacra and everything. Yeah, we'll go with that. And they've all got fucking cool clothes, so I'm gonna live in that one.
So the reason is just the clothes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
None
yeah.
of the kung fu, just...
Yeah, just the long trenches. You know, we'll go with that.
It'd be great
Yeah.
if you could just snap a finger and you're suddenly fully
Yeah,
dressed.
it'd save you a
without-
lot of time getting to these music festivals, that's for sure.
Okay. And you've just started a secret society. What is the society's mission and initiation ritual?
A secret society. A secret society. Okay, well, back to cats. Secret sphinx society, ensuring that, you know, everyone gets a sphinx. Obviously. How could you not?
And what's the initiation ritual for it?
Getting a sphinx? I don't know. Is that's a terrible answer to
I
that
mean, if
question,
everyone gets
but-
one, it's not too secret, but I still like
But
it.
they're indoors, so no one would ever know. They're indoor cats, so
That's
no one would
true.
ever know that you've got one.
Like your own personal god at home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bowing to the sphinx cat at home, and everyone's in on it. You know.
We kill God and replace it with Sphinx.
With sphinxes, I like it.
Amazing.
See, that's how it should go.
Okay. And finally, do you have anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for coming to my shows. Thank you to Elektro Vox for having us. And we will see you again soon, I hope.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you.
And thank you.